Welcome everyone. This is Jack of All Trivia, and this is One-on-One, and we are here with one of our competitors, and he is a host of a show. He is Caleb, Little Boatman. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I'm feeling really good, excited for this interview. Let's jump into it.
Yeah, you've been with us here for a couple of months now, so we're gonna let everybody else know a little bit about yourself, about your background. The first question I always ask people is about the show that connected all of us, is the Schmo Down. When did you first start watching the Schmo Down, hosted by Christian and Mark Ellis?
Yeah, well, this is a little bit of a complicated question for me because I saw my first Modown back in 2015 when the team tournament came in, because I had heard about the Schmoes from Screen Junkies and movie fights. So I was big into that when that was first coming out. So I loved that a lot. So that's when I was watching that, and I caught a couple episodes of the team tournament. I liked it, but I don't know, something at that point hadn't quite clicked for me yet. And then fast forward to 2016, they had John Cambia versus Dan Murrell. Now, I wasn't a big Collider guy at that point yet, but I was a big Screen Junkies guy, as I said. So Dan Murrell was somebody who I knew very well and thought was just so awesome. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to tune into this. And I mean, now he's the legend that he is. So, that was kind of the first one that I watched. But the match that made me fall in love with the Schmoedown, Roca Mance. Love that match so much. One of my all-time favorites.
And that'll be Miss Bespin match, right?
Yep, the Bespin one.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I remember that day. Yeah, man. After you watched Collider and you started watching the matches, did you obviously you joined the Facebook page? Did you were you in any fantasy teams or?
No. And the part of that is that I didn't really join the Facebook page until probably January of this year. That's the thing, is most of the stuff that I really did in the community, I wasn't super active in the actual fandom. I watched the matches a lot, but I was pretty active on Twitter, not super, and on the YouTube comment section, but I don't really use Facebook a ton. So I didn't really join the Facebook page until this year.
Okay. Since you're a fan of movies, what is the first movie you recall where you fell in love with? Because you're a young guy,
Yeah.
What put you on to movies?
All right. I got 3 answers at 3 different ages. So the first one is one that I watched over and over again when I was a little kid. And you could really put a couple Disney movies in this spot, but I really owe part of my love of movies to Beauty and the Beast. Because here's the thing. If you don't know, and most people you wouldn't know, my parents' first date was to Beauty and the Beast in 1991.
Wow.
That was, yeah. So, that I definitely have a special connection to that movie. I love that movie. My second one, I probably saw it when I was 8, probably, and that is Back to the Future. Love that movie, one of my all-time favorites. But the one that made me obsessed with movies and is now my favorite movie of all time, Inception. Christopher Nolan's Inception. Love that movie. It's so fascinating. And it made me obsessed with Christopher Nolan, which got me looking, online for YouTube videos of people talking about it, which about movies and stuff. And that's how I found out about Screen Junkies, which then leads me to the Schmoes and Collider, which leads me here. So, I mean, I love Inception so much.
That's 3 interesting movies. You're a younger guy, so I'm never gonna hate. Those are good films. Let's talk about the Schmo Down. Yeah. When you watch matches, most people, did you start playing, answering questions, see how you did winning matches?
Yeah, I would record just on the notes on my computer. I would just be typing in, just my answer, not my answers, but I'd be typing in like my scores and like, you know, because back in 2016, for those who don't remember, the format was a little weirder where in round one, they got different questions asked to them, the two competitors. So like I would kind of keep track of my answers. Okay, if I was asked, you know, Campia's questions, I would do this well. If I was asked Merle's questions, I would do this well, you know, and that's how I would keep track. And I would kind of think, okay, well, I would have beaten Campia, but I would have lost to Merle, you know, that type of thing. So I would do that just for fun. And then, yeah, like 2017, I started like getting really competitive with it just with myself. And like I would invite friends over, have them watch the Schmoedown, and they stopped doing that because I always beat them and they didn't like that. But, you know, I mean, so yeah, I would keep track of that. And then, you know, that's when I kind of found out about these fantasy leagues. And yeah, you know, I started doing my reactions with the Reaction League. And that's how I met Christopher Michael Woodburn, who then invited me to be on Schmo Down All Access, which is how I'm here playing trivia, all because of that.
No, that's really awesome, man. That was pretty cool. Yeah. How did it feel when you first played a live match? Because you know,
Jack of all trivia.
Well, yeah. Well,
yeah. This was my only league, so yeah, that's.
Yeah, when you're playing at home, beating the shit out of your friends, you knew you were a certain caliber, and you got to meet people with the same drive as movies as you. You know, when you played your first match live, I believe it was here, Jack of all trivia.
Yes, it was. I haven't played a match in any league but Jack.
How did you feel like knowing that this is going to be on YouTube? You know, people from all over the world could see this match. You know, yeah. What were your initial thoughts?
Well, yeah, you know, going in, I was just like, I was hyped. I was hyped because, you know, I thought, wow, this is a cool community you have here, because I was on Schmo Down All Access first, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. And, you know, then I played, my first match was against Cameron Haas, who is now my teammate in the Young Bucks, which that's just super cool that we ended up, our first matches were against each other, and now we're teams. But so yeah, you know, I was ready. I was prepping. I was studying. I didn't really know how the second round worked. It was a little different. We both did super well in that second round. And once I won that match, man, I was just hyped. I wanted to play more matches because I loved it. I loved the rush of playing. It was great.
Oh hell yeah, yeah! The rush of playing is fun as hell. Yeah, you and Cameron, actually, I think I met you guys. Probably around the same time, you know, and you two came in, played a match. Now you're teammates. Now you actually have your own show here. You want to tell
Schmo Down Countdown. Sorry, what was that last part?
That's about.
Oh yeah, the Schmo Down Countdown. It's inspired a lot by the Top 10 show, if you know John Roque and Matt Nose. Inspired by that, but it's all Schmo Down topics. You know, we try. It's been bi-weekly at this point. We try to make it bi-weekly or weekly, but this time it's been bi-weekly so far, which is all right. But you know, it's basically same Top 10 show format that the John Roque and Matt Nose made. But we cover the topics we have covered so far: anarchy teams, championship matches, and what did we just do last week? Oh, upsets. You know, so we cover a lot of good topics, and we just have a fun back and forth. I love working with Cameron Haas. He's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great show, man. I love watching it. You guys have so many diverse matches, man, that makes you want to go back and watch them to see what you guys are talking about. Speaking of, you know, you play in here. What do you think? What are your aspirations? Like, you trying to win the IG title? You trying to win the heavyweight title, the team titles?
Yeah. As far as IG title, that's never going to happen. IG is not my strength. If you saw my first IG match, it was against Christopher Day. I won, and I TKO'd him, but the final score was 3-6. Like, IG just isn't my strength. Like, I'm going to play, and I'm always going to try my best. I'm never going to pull a Jeff Snyder and just not try. Whoa. But, like, yeah, a little shade at Snyder, a little shade. But I'm never going to, you know, not try, but it's just not my biggest strength. It's just not what I'm like super good at. It's IG because it gets so detailed, and I don't watch like comic book movies and that stuff. I like over and over again. Like I watch them a couple times, but like I don't watch them like all the time. So like that's why they're a little tougher for me. Yeah, as far as title aspiration, that's where the movies come in. That's I think my best chance of getting the title is in the team league. Because like here's the thing, Grant Gregory is always going to be in my way. No matter what, as long as he's still around, he's always going to be this giant mountain in my way. But here's why I think what's Grant's team name? The Sons of Apocalypse?
Yep, Sons of Apocalypse.
Yeah, Sons of Apocalypse. Here's the thing. Sean and Grant are both amazing players, and they're great people. They are very similar to one another, in my opinion. And that's the thing. Me and Cameron, we have very different strengths. So we can kind of pick up where the other one has their weaknesses. Cameron, he's got more action movies down. He's got, he's got more of the comedies down than I do. He's got that type of stuff where I have more of like Oscars and those type of movies. Those are where my strengths lie. So we really, we can match each other. We can help each other where the other one is weaker. And I think that's where I feel like that's the league where I have the best shot at the title. I mean, we'll see. I never want to, get cocky because it's never an easy road to the title, no matter who you are. It's never going to be easy. But, I'm always going to try my hardest, and I think Cameron and I have a best shot, but I want that singles belt too. I want the singles title because I love singles, and I'm hoping to get some more matches so I can prove myself because I got 2-1 record in singles right now, and I want to make that 5-1 record.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of tag teams, you guys did play a match that unfortunately hasn't been put up yet. But you and Cameron, when you guys played and you guys won your last match, you guys were in sync, man. And a lot of teams that I've noticed, even in the Schmoedown, like you guys connected. Like we were talking earlier, discussing teams that kind of connected that you haven't really seen together.
Yeah,
was the Jeff Snyder and Draco match, and I think you guys both complemented each other, and it seemed natural. It seemed like you guys been there 1,000 times. So I think you guys are a great team, and people got to watch out for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about your who is your favorite players in the Schmoedown?
Oh, this is hard. Like this is so tough because there are so many that I love that it's hard to pick one. Like it's easy for me to say like who's the best player. To me, that's either Dan Murrell or Sam Levine.
Top three favorites right now.
I'll say top three: Dan Murrell, William Bibiani, Scott Mance.
Okay, yeah, that's a good list.
Yeah, those are my three because like Dan Murrell, just quality wise, he's at the top, but he's the reason I got into the Schmoedown. Without him, I might not be watching the Schmoedown. Like that's the thing. Scott Mance was part of the reason I stayed watching the Schmoedown because that dude is just so entertaining. I love his enthusiasm, everything, and it hurts. It hurts me to see him lose because he is just so much fun. And then William Bibiani to me is like the absolute like combination where entertainment meets skill. Because that dude is just fantastic. His entrances are top notch. Nobody can outshine him when it comes to entrances. If he doesn't win entrance of the year, I don't know what's going to happen. I am going to have a mini riot in the streets.
All right.
Probably end badly.
All right. Yeah, so this was one-on-one with Caleb Boatman, man. He's a new guy here. I'm glad to have him. Caleb, I think by now people recognize your quality of play you have. You have a good game. You're probably going to get recruited in other leagues. once that happens, how you're gonna be playing a lot of matches, probably winning some belts other places, man. So I hope that happens for you, man, because you're a great player. And there's other leagues out there that they're gonna notice that Boatman is the real deal. You know, if you had to cut a promo right now on just anything in general, you know, as a player, what promo would you cut?
Hello, I'm Caleb Boatman. You may know me from matches such as Cameron Haas versus Caleb Boatman, and that time that Chris Day lost to me. Oh wait, there are 3 of those. I am very awkward and have different voices like this one. Hi. Goodbye.
Awesome, brother. Hey, man, it's really good to know you and you know you personally, meet you, be a friend of yours, and you are hosting the Schmo Down All Access for at least the next 12 weeks, maybe 4. Yeah, it's gonna be a while, man. That's how you feeling about that?
You know, we just had our first episode not 15 minutes ago, or probably 50. Yeah, it was about almost half an hour ago, and it was great. I loved it. Or what?
So this is not live, but okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind. But you know, we just had it, and it was great. I love doing it. You know, it was my first time, so I wasn't like amazing at being on Schmoedown All Access, but it was what it was, and yeah, I think that it's going to go very well, and I you know, keep watching it, and I will get better.
All right, and we're gonna wrap this interview up. I'm gonna thank Caleb Little Boat now. If you guys want to, oh yeah, where did the nickname come from?
A Little Boat. There's some controversy about the origin of it.
That's true.
Yeah. Because it depends on who you ask. If you ask Dustin Mason, he says that he came up with it, and he called me that in like the live chat of one of my matches. But if you ask Jay Burns says he came up with it like after we were talking about it after match. I don't remember, so I'm just giving them both the credit to make them both happy. They both came up with it. They worked day and night coming up with it, like a small boat, little Caleb. What do we do? And they came up with Lil Boat. I just imagine them staying up all night trying to come up with a nickname. But, you know, they're both great dudes, so I'll give them both the credit.
Yep, that's true. You know, those guys are great guys. Dustin Mason actually writes a lot of questions here. Yeah. You know, he's helping with that. And Jay Burns, he helped me host matches. And that's the thing about you guys, the second generation players. You know, you're hosting 2 shows right now, you know, 2 great shows you guys play here. I don't know where the nickname came from, but yeah, man, it's a cool ass nickname, and you're a great person. So before we leave you, why don't you tell everybody here that's watched this interview and fell in love with you where they can find you, brother?
Yeah, find me on Schmoedown All Access, usually at 3 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays, it's a great show, a Schmoedown After Show. You can find me on Schmoedown Countdown, usually on Sundays on this channel, Jack of All Trivia. You can find me playing team matches, playing regular trivia matches, playing IG matches, all right here on Jack of All Trivia. Yeah, check me out.
Hell yeah. And of course, that was Caleb Little Boatman. So any other leagues, you know, get this guy playing, man, because you will definitely benefit your divisions that you have there, because this guy is the real deal. And of course, I am Haven. This is Jack of All Trivia. I want to thank everybody that watched this and took time out to know Caleb Boatman better. So for me, for Caleb, and for Mashed Potatoes, for all the other people here at Jack of All Trivia, we want to thank you and say peace out.